Welcome to Blinds Abroad.
Welcome to another episode of Blinds Abroad, a restaurant review. Well, technically, it's more pub visits.
Yay!
So this pub visit, we went to a pub on Mapperly Plains called the Treetops, and it's just outside of Nottingham. You can get there on the bus, one of many. I don't know which bus it is, but you can get there, and it's on Mapperly Plains, and it's all right.
hmm
May has nothing to add at this point. No, we went with our family today, didn't we? Or
Yeah.
with my family, and it was the first time since Christmas that May has met my extended family, my dad and his wife, and my gran and granddad, and my auntie and uncle.
Lovely people.
She's contractually obliged to say that.
Yep, he paid me.
So how was it? So we got there. It was relatively easy to find the table, wasn't it? I
hmm
mean, we were
We
with
were,
family, so they
they
were
let
helping
us.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. They came right out and took our drink orders, and I think they wanted to take our starter orders, but we needed to look at the menus first. So I pulled out my trusty phone and used Seeing AI, that lovely little app that reads my pictures. And I decided not to have a starter today.
They had a gluten-free menu though, didn't they? Apparently, like
They
a full
did.
gluten-free menu. That's
hmm
it's pretty hot.
Oh, yeah. Most places, eh, I shouldn't say don't, but you have to search for the gluten-free options on the menus. But they had an actual menu that was gluten-free. So that was exciting. So I was able to choose my dinner, which I decided to get a Sunday roast dinner and just got beef. They did give me gravy. I wasn't sure if it was gluten-free, but it was in a little pot on the side, so I just didn't have it. But it had beef and a couple of Yorkshire puddings, which I gave one to your dad's wife, and she was really happy to have it. And then I just didn't eat the other one. And then they had, I believe it was the roast potatoes. Then they had peas. I think it was carrots. Was it carrots?
Don't know on yours. Mine had like cabbage, I
I
think.
thought it was, honestly, I thought it was parsnips at first, but then I think somebody said it was carrots. Carrots, and then I think a couple of florets of broccoli, which I ate one of them. So
You're not a big
it
fan of
was really
broccoli.
good. Yeah, and I had a Diet Coke on the side. It was delicious.
I had an ale. And then to start, I had, I guess it was called salt and pepper squid,
hmm
but it was your classic sort of battered squid rings, calamari, I guess. And then for main, I had the steak and ale pie with veg and mash. And the actual start was really nice. It was almost like onion rings, but obviously filled with squid. Like, it was really good. And the sauce that came with it was like a chili jam. That was nice as well. So it was off to a great start. The ale was ale standard ale one, but it was good. It was it was tasty. And then the main was I would say pretty solid. How was yours?
Mine was pretty good too. I did notice it seemed like they took a bit of a longer time serving us the food once we ordered it, but I also noticed that there was a lot of other customers who had come in after us, and it was a lot louder, but we were kind of in a back section of the pub. So we were just had a big long table to ourselves, which was nice because we were away from a lot of the noise. But yeah, I did notice that they took a little bit longer to serve us. My dinner was the last one to come. I know your wife's or your oh god. Your I noticed that your dad's wife was like, oh no, we forgot dinner, but they came right out with it. Um, and everything was great. Oh, there's a train.
It's all right. We live near a train line.
But yeah, it was really good. And then they came around and asked if we all wanted dessert. And at first we weren't going to, but then it was insisted that we get something. So what did you get?
So you could get like mini desserts if you had a cup of coffee or tea or something like that. Then with a hot drink, you can get like a mini dessert, which is I guess half size of a regular one. But my actual main, if we just circle back that to second, was pretty solid. The mash was decent. The veg was cooked on point. The pie itself, the crust was nice. That also came with gravy as well. It came in like a almost like a little miniature saucepan sort of thing.
hmm
I think yours came in a similar
Yeah.
part, didn't it? Um, but there wasn't a great deal of meat in it. The gravy of the pie was all right. So it was pretty solid. I would say it was solid pub food. By no means terrible, but by no means exceptional either. But the actual pudding was, I mean, I had the coffee and you had the brownie,
I
right?
did, yeah. It came in a little bowl and it was a chocolate brownie with some chocolate sauce on top. Not gluten-free, but I've noticed that uh, the wheat flour over here seems to be a little bit different from back at home in America. So I've had a few bits of non-gluten-y food, especially over the holidays. And while it did make me feel yucky, I wasn't as sick to my stomach as I usually get back at home. But so I just thought, you know what, it's a tiny little brownie and you didn't want any. It kept offering and you were like, no, I'm good. And so I just ate the brownie because it was just a few bites, but man alive, was it rich. So I was really glad that we had not gotten the regular, but the mini was just perfect. So it was delicious.
And what was it like hanging out with my family, like my gran and granddad and my aunt and uncle and my dad and his wife?
You know what? They were all very lovely. I did make sure to thank them at Christmas because I met them all for the first time on Christmas Day when we went for Christmas dinner, and I was a bit nervous, but they instantly made me feel at home and welcome. And then today it was the same thing. It was just like, hey, how are you? How have you been? What's it been like adjusting to life over here? And I just felt really, again, really comfortable, really at home. Everybody, especially Granny, Granddad, wanted to talk afterwards, so that was fun. And then your dad and his wife, it was fun getting to know them a bit more as well. So
Didn't my granddad give you some sage advice?
yeah, shall we tell them what he
Yeah, sure.
said? Before Cleaves got in the car, he was like, make sure he looks after you, and if he doesn't, I'll set him right. And then when you got in the car, he then looked at you and said, if she doesn't treat you right, tell me and I'll punch her in the drawers. So there you go. But they're lovely, lovely people, very welcoming. They did go silent when I was like, "Oh, Cleves is such a good man," and
Everyone just
there
went,
was nothing.
really?
Yeah. But it's nice to be welcomed. I would have rather have them welcome me than be standoffish and be like, "Who the heck are you? And who do you think you are coming to our Christmas dinner?" So it's really nice, especially because they already know what it's like being around Cleves and somebody who can't see very well. So I didn't have to explain myself and this is how much I can see and this is what I need help with. It was just like, oh, do you need to hold on to my arm or shoulder and like what food do you want? We'll put it on your plate and then Cleves can help you back to the chairs. It was great. So I felt instantly at ease and absolutely comfortable.
And what would you give the treetops out of 10?
Hmm. I would say probably a 7.
I think I'd agree. Bad radio, but I'd also agree. 7. Like I say, solid pub food, decent, nice. You
Yeah.
know, take your family there, especially if
hmm
you've got like maybe a gran and granddad or something like that that just want, pub food,
hmm
English wood food, that sort of thing.
hmm
Then you can't really go wrong, can you?
Yeah. They have really wide tables. The silverware is just, silverware and cutlery are bang on. Just nice napkins that are large so you don't have to worry if you spill. Good staff. They were very friendly and
Good.
attentive and yeah, it was good.
And there you go. That's it for now. Another Cleves and Macy restaurant review for Blinds Abroad.
Thanks for watching and listening to Blinds Abroad.
And follow us on socials and YouTube at Blinds Abroad or email us at blindsabroad@gmail.com.
Join our community. Remember to like and subscribe.